Hey everybody, it's Cousin Mike here from Landon Custom Classics. Got the welding gear on, so guess you kind of know what we're opening up here. Been on hiatus for a little bit with work and everything else, so let's crack this baby up. So the people at Sefaspe sent me this to do a review on. Check her out and see what we think, see what all's in the box. I haven't opened this or anything, so you guys are getting to see just as much as I have. I don't even remember from the link what it looked like. Okay, oh, got her open here. This was in another box with decent packaging around it to keep it pretty well safe. So we should be good there. One thing I like to include, let me get a little piece of welding glass here. It's fancy. I haven't got that with any other one. Okay, so here's our piece of packaging in there. Our leads here. Oh, and they even included a little slag hammer / wire brush, looks like. Pretty neat. That's another first. I haven't got a wire brush from anyone. I don't know if it's supposed to be a slag hammer or not, but hey, we'll figure it out. This is your cord that plugs into your 220 adapter, which I have over here. I had to get an adapter because I have different plugs. This plugs into the 220 here. So we'll use that, and then the cord on the welder itself plugs into 110 volt. So you can use either. It's always best to use 220 volt. See our big machine here. Now this is the MMA200SE model. So this is actually a 200 amp stick welder. Looks pretty cool. It's compact. You can carry it one finger compared to my big Lincoln buzz box over there that takes two guys to about pick up. That's a pretty clean little machine there. I like the color. See what else we got in here. Oh, we got our piece here. So they did include the actual whole little hood piece here. Pop this in here. Then that pops down. And then the glass clips in here. Hold that baby up. Do you some welding. So I'm sure the glass probably popped out in packaging and shipping, whatever. Oh, and then this top folds over to give you a nice little top. They're okay. They work, especially if you don't have anything and you don't have the money to go purchase something. Oh, they did include a variety of rod in here. Might try that. I got a piece of 6011 here out of my welding stuff. Figure we'd just try that because when I get done with this, I'm gonna give this to one of my fans. So we're gonna get this done up. Here's the manual. We don't need no stinking manual. Let's get her out of the way. I've done a good bit of welding in my time. I'm not a great welder. I'm not a pretty welder. But I've done a lot of farm welding and I can get the job done. Yeah, we're not even going to unroll the cord. I want to keep this as good as I can for my friend that's going to get this. My last welder I give away to a kid in a welding program here. Always good to give back. When you have what you need, might as well just pass what you get on to others. So, like I say, this is a pretty cool little rig here. We are going to cut these loose so we can properly weld here. If you're not really good with a knife, it's best to use dikes. You don't want to cut into your leads or whatever you're cutting. Usually like a pair of dikes or scissors or something you can get on there. Put that in the, oh, that's the ground. We can put that in the ground. Now, they were telling me, I know it's a thing with, I never heard it with this, but I've heard it about flux core welding. You should reverse the polarity, and they were saying that for some rods you should also reverse the polarity. And I've never tried that with a stick. My stick, the ground is actually wired inside the welder, so I can't even do that on the big Lincoln stick that I have. It's an old Tombstone buzz box, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so we've got a good ground on this piece of metal here. Got our hot hooked up there, our ground hooked up there. Now, whenever you're doing any of this, you want to wear proper PPE. Some of you may know I did a little plasma cutting here recently, and got a piece of molten metal in my eyelid, and it was not a pretty thing. So we need to work on being a little more safe here, because that sucks. Nothing like losing an eye to open your eyes to safety. So, okay, we got our good helmet here. Tighten my things up here. It's a little fitting a little wild today. I haven't used this in a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna grab our 6011 rod here. Kick this sucker up and see what she does here. Okay, so it fired right up. It says we're on 59 amps here. We're probably going to put it on about 70. Like I say, this should go up to 200 amps. And a lot of the time when you plug them in on 110 volt, the computer in these will only let you run it to so many amps. So that's one thing you all should know with these newer welders. They will restrict you on power to what voltage you have. So, okay, got a rod in here. Look like a fairly decent quality of a thing here. Just got some old farm iron here. We're gonna do a bead on. Test this baby out. Might be my old trashy rod. Hell, we'll just weld it to that, maybe. Not getting a good ground or something. Okay, well, we'll do this. I don't know what the, oh, this is painted. I don't know. Okay. The anti-stick actually works fairly good. Try turning that up a little. I don't remember what setting to use on my old stick. Been a while. It's stuck there. There, we're getting some sizzling. Well, for my welding experience, doesn't look too bad. We'll turn this off and it'll probably run the fan for a second. Okay, never mind. It's on 220, so it doesn't run as hot in that. And I guess we can try this wire brush that came with it. If you haven't really welded much, big thing to know when you're welding with stick or flux core, it's a really dirty weld. So that actually cleaned it up fairly good. I actually melted a little of the corner because it's plastic. Here, we're gonna get this out. This is what I use to clean my welds up. I'm getting a little shaky in my young age too, so that doesn't help. We'll bring the camera in here. You guys can see nice and close up how that weld looks. So there you go. She welded real smooth, and I like the feel of it. It wasn't like dropping power or anything. It was nice and smooth. I probably could have turned it up a touch more for the metal I was doing. But yeah, all in all, I think it's a great little machine. It does have, I think that's overcurrent, the OC on there. And then it has 110 volt and 220 volt. So it'll tell you which power source you're plugged into. A little close up there. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Thank you.